1 year ago today, December 28th, 2020, I posted this video where I became a Santa tracker.
Let's go take some calls. Can't forget the hat.
You guys seemed to like it, so on Christmas Eve this year, I headed to NORAD Santa Headquarters to take some more calls. Let's take some calls. NORAD Santa, this is Emily. How may I help you? I am not at the North Pole, and I am not with Santa on his sleigh right now, but I am at NORAD Headquarters, and I'm tracking Santa. So would you like to know where Santa's at? Santa was last seen in Baghdad, Iraq, and he's headed towards the Ukraine right now. And he's headed for Moscow, Russia, and now he's headed towards Petora, Russia. He's last seen in Estonia, and he's headed towards Finland. He's headed towards Latvia, and he's headed towards Lithuania.
Latvia, and it's on his way.
Those are two different countries across the world. I wish I knew whether that was in, I think it's Europe. Santa was last seen in Moldova, and he's headed towards Romania. Santa was last seen in Turkey, Istanbul, and he's headed towards Ankara, Turkey. Headed towards Greece in the next minute or so. Last seen in Israel, and he's headed towards Cyprus.
He's last seen in the country of Lebanon, and he is on his way to Palestine right now. Just left Bethlehem and is on his way to Cairo, Egypt. Right now he's over Egypt. He just left Alexandria on his way to Luxor. Santa is in sort of northeast Africa. He just left Egypt and is on his way to Eritrea, on his way to Khartoum, Sudan, headed for South Sudan.
So Santa was last seen in South Sudan, and he's headed towards Uganda in Africa. Where are you guys calling from? Oh, you guys are calling from South Sudan?
Where are you guys calling from?
Awesome. Well, he only comes if everyone's asleep. So if he passed your house now, and when you guys go back to sleep, I'm sure he'll be back.
Do you think you'll be ready for him?
Merry Christmas to you too.
Yeah, you guys should.
Okay. Yeah, cool.
Bye, Merry Christmas. Last seen in Uganda, and he's headed towards Rwanda. Last seen in Burundi, and he's headed towards the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Last seen in Mozambique, and now he's headed towards Zimbabwe. Headed towards Botswana. Headed towards South Africa. Headed towards the International Space Station.
I'm in America right now.
Yeah, that's pretty far, huh?
Yeah, he's gonna make a little stop in space to see the astronauts.
Santa was last seen in Cape Town, South Africa, and he's headed towards
Leave out any snacks for Santa.
He's headed towards somewhere else in Africa.
Oh, that'll make him super happy. We had the best Christmas ever, okay?
Yes. That's the one. Alright, so I'm going to take a minute to show you the setup. I didn't do this last year, so hopefully this will give you a little more of an idea of how we actually answer calls. So we get a pair of headphones that we have to plug in to a phone, and then we dial a number to start the phone, and then as calls come in, as they are right now, we press the on button to accept the call. So behind me on these screens is the map of where Santa is at, and then we answer on this phone right here. That's it, you know, it's pretty simple. The hardest part, I would think, is actually tracking Santa, and I went over that in my last video. So if you want to learn how NORAD tracks Santa, you can click either up here or up here. I'm not really sure what side it is. Yeah, I'm gonna take some more calls. So just like last year, they gave us a playbook, and in this playbook is how to answer questions, NORAD's history, and then anything else that I would need to know as a Santa tracker. How old is Santa? It's hard to know for sure, but NORAD intelligence indicates that Santa is at least 16 centuries old.
You know what? He just left Athens, Greece.
Yeah, that is old.
Can he fit down chimneys? Oh, absolutely. He has magical powers, and he has the ability to get where he needs to go.
I'm going to take a minute to show you my process of how I answer calls. After connecting to the phone and answering the call, the first thing I say is, NORAD Santa, this is Emily, how can I help you? And I usually get one of three questions, either where's Santa at, when's Santa coming to my house, or other. And depending on what they say, that's how I answer. If they ask where's Santa at right now, I look over here at the map, and I read where he was last seen and where he's headed to, and sometimes how long it's going to take him to get to that place. If they ask when Santa's coming to my house, I ask them where they're calling from. Where are you calling from? From Nova Scotia, Massachusetts, from Tennessee, from Virginia. So far, we've had people from Nova Scotia, Massachusetts, Tennessee, and Virginia. So kind of all over the place right now. Let's see who's next. Toronto, Wyoming, Minnesota, Florida, Kentucky, South Carolina, Illinois, Ohio, Canada. What part? The east side, Georgia, British Columbia, Colorado, Alabama, St. Louis, Montana, New Mexico, Maryland. They were calling from London and wanted to see if Santa had been to Australia and been by their cousin's house. North Carolina, West Virginia, Indiana, from San Diego, California. When people tell me where they're calling from, I write it down on my note sheet. And so this is kind of how I keep track of where everyone's calling from, and then also how many calls I've taken. So at the end of my shift, I can count how many places I've written down, and that'll give me a general idea of how many calls I've taken in these 2 hours. And then I say, he usually comes between 9 p.m. and midnight. Only Santa knows the exact time he'll be at your house, but as long as everyone's asleep, he should be on his way. Last year, my shift was from 10 p.m. to midnight, but this year my shift is from noon to 2. So telling kids to go to sleep right now is kind of hard because it's the middle of the day, but I'm doing my best. In the top corner of the map, there is a count for how many presents Santa has delivered so far. Throughout my shift, it has jumped from under 3 billion to over 3 billion, which is a lot of presents. He has delivered 2.7 billion presents so far. That is a lot of presents. He has delivered 2.79 billion presents so far. He has delivered 2.8 billion presents so far and counting. He has delivered 3.18 billion presents. And then sometimes people want to know how old Santa is, how does NORAD track Santa, things like that. And so that's what I go to my playbook for.
Everyone's asleep.
I don't have that intel, but my guess is you're probably on the nice list. I think you're on the good list. I believe she's on the nice list this year. They just called to ask if they were on the nice or naughty list. I'm assuming nice list, but I don't have the list in front of me. Do you have any other questions for me?
California, awesome. Well,
during the year, the elf on the shelf goes back to Santa's workshop. They asked how old Rudolph was. Unfortunately, we only track Santa. I know he's with his reindeer, but Santa's more of our expertise. I wish you guys could hear what they're saying to me, because a lot of them have really funny comments and their voices are just so cute. You saw Santa flying.
Indiana.
Where were you at?
Fantastic place. Well, he usually comes to Indiana between 9 p.m. and midnight. You think you'll be ready for him then?
Oh, okay. Oh, and I can't forget, you have to end the call with Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you too. Bye.
Do you have any other questions?
They just told me have a very Merry Thanksgiving.
Well, I want you to have the best
kids, I'm telling you.
Okay?
My dad is such a dad, and he has the best conversations with the kids, so I'm going to let you tune in to him for a little bit.
Hi, this is NORAD Track Santa. How can I help you? Absolutely. He just left Cyprus and is on his way to Lebanon. Are you guys calling from Lebanon? Oh, yeah. What part of the United States? Orlando, down in Florida. I love Florida. It's awesome. Do you think you're going to get snow this Christmas? Probably not. Okay. Well, it'll be an amazing Christmas anyway, right? Yeah. He'll normally get there between 9 p.m. and midnight. He started really, really early because he had to travel all the way around the world in one day. Yeah, have a great night. Merry Christmas.
Well, that's a wrap on year 2. Merry Christmas. I am not a turtle, I'm a Santa tracker. Yeah, Santa's sleigh is really, really fast. Wrong number. What are the odds? Wrong number. What are the odds? Apparently pretty good, because this has happened a couple times. So, last year, I couldn't realize that I was on mute. Can you hear me? Hello? And this year, I have accidentally put myself on mute like 5 times so far, but at least I'm recognizing it. Progress, guys, progress.
All right, well, he
NORAD Track Santa.
between 9 p.m. and midnight, but only after.
NORAD Track Santa, this is Emily. How can I help you?